as we begin tonight's presentation to have your pen and paper ready, as we are going to share some awesome information. All right, so let me begin by sharing my screen. There is a quote here that says, income does not far exceeds personal development. Income does not far exceed your personal development. Unless you grow into it, where it is, you won't be able to keep it. And that's why, even though we are having an increase in our income, right, there is a need, right? So if anybody understand, man, there is the lower level, there is the high level, and there is the average, the mean, where our incomes are. Sometimes if we drop below our mean, for some reason we realize, oh no, but the income not enough, and we do whatever it takes to reach back at least the mean. Sometimes we even exceed that and go to the highest point. But as soon as we get to the highest point, we end up realize, oh no, this look too much, and we fall back down to the mean, right? And the reason for this is because our income does not far exceed our personal development. Our personal development, our mindset. A lot of us do not believe that we deserve more than what we are actually earning. Even though mentally we might say, you know, someone deserve more than this as when I get to pay. When it starts happening, we reject it mentally because we have been programmed to think that money is bad and all other stuff. And when I was thinking about this, I realized it's because of our attitude, the way that we think. So I'm going to share this quick. So tonight's topic is really leadership. You know, how do we lead our own life as well as leading others?
Two animals on the planet that the Creator identified himself with. The first one is the eagle. The eagle. And the second animal is the lion. And when I identified those two animals as his favorite to identify himself with, I recognized I better study these two animals, because if he is the leader of the universe and I want to be a leader on earth, I better find out the nature of these animals and also the aptitude of these animals. And I discovered that both of them are the kings of their domain. The eagle is the king of the bird kingdom, and the lion is the king of the animal kingdom. But let's talk a little bit about the lion. The lion has what I call the spirit of leadership. And this word spirit here is referring to attitude. Everybody say attitude. A leader has an attitude that makes him or her different from followers. Now, the lion is the king of the jungle, but the lion to me is a great source of encouragement to all of us. I want you to write this down. Remember this as long as you live. Number one, the lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. Number two, the lion is not the largest animal in the jungle. Number three, the lion is not the heaviest animal in the jungle. Number four, the lion is not the smartest animal or the most intelligent animal in the jungle. And yet, when he shows up, they all run away. Well, here's one of my favorite quotes that I put in my books, and I believe it really brings home the point. An army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. And the answers to that dilemma is this: because leadership can transform cowards into violent warriors. The leadership can transform timid into bold people who are fearless. Leadership is that powerful. Leadership can walk into a camp of depressed people, and in 20 minutes they have turned on into unbelievable, powerful armies. Because leadership becomes everything. The lion is the king of the jungle because of one word: attitude. Everybody say attitude. Write it down. Attitude. The lion has a different attitude that makes every animal afraid of him. Now, we don't want to lead by fear, but it does take respect for you to become a leader. When I use the word fear in the jungle, we're talking about respect. The elephant respects the lion. The hyenas respect the lion. The giraffes respect the lion. What makes these massive animals respect such a small cat? The attitude is the difference. For example, a lion will see an elephant, and the thing that comes to his mind, one word: lunch. I could eat this thing. And he acts the way he thinks. Now here's another amazing mystery. The elephant is larger, bigger, stronger, more powerful, heavier, and more intelligent. And yet when the elephant sees the lion, one word comes to mind: eater. Attitude is a product of belief. You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. So your attitude comes from a belief system. The lion is the king because of what he believes about himself.
Okay. Okay. I hope that everyone got something from that so far. I tell persons to take notes. There are some things that when I was thinking about leadership, and I was thinking about what is it that I want to bring out tonight to everyone that would be on this call. I thought Miles Monroe is one of my mentors, someone who I really listen to a lot, and it brought me back to that place in terms of our attitude. Here are some of the things that I took away. All right. One, which is very powerful. He says that an army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. So leadership is important in everything that we do. I did a training once and I said that when we come to network marketing, I ask persons, when is it that you become a leader in network marketing? And many persons say, when you have a team to lead. And I tell persons, no, the very first day that you sign up to network marketing, you become a leader. Right? Because an entrepreneur, we are now becoming our own boss. We have started our own business. We are now leaders. We are now leading ourselves each day in everything that we do. Before we can have persons following us. So leaders is an individual who has persons following him, right? So before you can have persons following you, you must be able to lead yourself. It's very important that we understand that you have to become the person that someone wants to follow. If nobody wants to follow you, then you are not a leader. If you do not want to follow yourself, you're not a leader. And I realize that, there are many persons who come to network marketing and they are always in need of someone to push them, to pry them, to get them to do everything. And I'm saying to persons, you are a leader. You have now become a leader for your own business, for your own life. Now, there's another thing that I took away. It says, the way we think, we act the way we think. We act the way we think. So based on how we are thinking, that our actions. And persons do not believe that. That is the way that we are thinking that is causing the way that the way that we act. As the attitude of the lion compared to the attitude of the elephant. The attitude of the lion is that I am superior. It doesn't matter what my outside reality says. It's what is in his mind, is what he thinks. Because as it is explained, he's not the tallest, he's not the brightest, he's not the largest, but his attitude is as I am the greatest, and everybody respect him because of that. I'm saying, stop looking at our results so far to determine how great we are. If you are going to take your leadership or your personal development to the next level, you have to start believing that you are deserving of the next level. All right. I want to really break this down because I was thinking about a lot of stuff. I'm thinking that everyone that is here, that is a part of PGI, right, that we are going to go to the next level in our financial life, the next level. But there are some persons who are going to, for some reason or not, sabotage themselves. I am thinking about it and I'm saying, everyone, I have never been in a part of an opportunity that I believe that can change life the way that PGI have done and is going to do. But as I said in the beginning, that your income does not far exceed your personal development. So if it's like persons who win lottery, if they do not change their mindset about money and about the sudden wealth that comes, you find that before long they don't have any money again. And it's the very same thing for every one of us that are here. The only way that we're going to keep and achieve that next level of income that is going to come to us is by us preparing and growing as a leader. Is by us growing in our personal development. And what do you mean, Enzo, when you say that about the personal development? You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. The lion believed that he is the king of the jungle. So his attitude shows that. There are a lot of us, our belief is not that we are the best. It's not that we are deserving of millions of dollars. We might say we want it, but our attitude does not show it. Our personal development, I am talking from personal experience right now, because I am talking to myself about the next level. And I'm saying, Israel, are you at the level to walk stages and rub your shoulders with millionaires? And can you present at that high level without feeling that you are inadequate? there are a lot of those type of things that I are going through. I'm maybe just talking to myself tonight, but I'm saying to you also who may be listening, I hope that you can get something. It says you cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. What is your belief? Do you believe that you are good enough to be considered as a network marketing professional? Do you consider yourself as a great leader? Do you see yourself as someone that someone else wants to follow? And if you're not seeing, do you see yourself that you're able to build teams and recruit and help those persons to really have success? And if you're not seeing yourself as that, it's because you do not believe. If your attitude is not like that, it's because your belief system is not where it ought to be. Your attitude comes from your belief system. Your attitude comes from your belief system. And I said, how does one belief system, how do your belief system come about? Your belief system is made up of what you see, hear, and experience. Your belief system is what you see, you hear, and you experience. Now, I have been for some time now tell persons that I don't watch the news. I don't watch news. I'm so happy and grateful for these calls at 7 p.m. because usually when I don't have anything else to do and I'm home, I might just be in front of the TV and my wife would turn on the TV, just to watch news, and I will sit there and I would, be a part of the news. But because of these calls, I've, totally don't watch news. I don't listen. I don't turn on the radio to hear news. I said anything that is important, I will hear it. But what I've realized that, as some person know that with everything that is happening, I've been so glued to WhatsApp and Facebook. And every local news or anything, I am on it. Then I realized that I have become a little bit more timid. I start to allow the information, the things that I'm hearing and seeing to start affect my belief system. Because as I said to you earlier, your belief system is made up of what you see, you hear, and you experience. Now, person said, I'm one that try to feed myself with, I want to see things that are positive. I try to be the one that in every situation I can find the good. That's a person that I am training myself to be. Someone that every situation, no matter how bad the situation is, I can see the good in it. That's all I was training myself to become. Secondly, one of the other things that I try to plug the right information into my ears a day after day after day. But because of, I don't want to neglect or anything, or just caught up in the trap, I have become more attached. I find myself, when I get up in the mornings, I have a routine that I don't touch my phone, right, until I've done my morning routine. I've exercised, I've meditated, I've prayed before I touch my phone, right? Sometimes if I get up late, I don't touch my phone 9, right? I have to do my morning routine, because any at all that I start my day by taking up my phone, it can just destroy my whole day. But even though I try to use that buffer, I realize that throughout the day, I become programmed to, every time I hear the beep, I want to take up the phone to look on it. And now I'm now controlled by the information that I'm getting, that I'm hearing from the phone. So my belief system is weighing down. How do I know that? I answer you the question. If you have an orange and you squeeze the orange, what will you get out of it? Can anybody answer me? I want to try to be a little bit on.
Juice, orange juice.
You get orange out of it. So what if you, Karen, you cut it at 12 p.m. in the night, midnight? What you will get out of it at that time?
Same juice.
Same juice. Anytime.
See it through.
Yes.
All right. So that's our belief system. It should be no matter what circumstances. So if I want car run over it.
Same juice.
Same juice. So when I realize that now I am starting to think a certain way, I am starting to feel a particular way, I realize that this is not something, sometimes we look and say, oh, is the information, let me just read. Make me feel a way there. No. It's what is in you make you feel that way. You have allowed it to become a part of you. Remember, you cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. Your attitude becomes from your belief system. And your belief system is based on what you see, hear, and experience. So, when we are under pressure and negativity come out, it's not the negativity that is being spewed from the outside. It is what is in us. I tell her that this is deep, but I want to tell a person, if when you are, whether it is they wake you up in the night and cut the orange, you will get orange juice. So if you have that certain level of belief system, if you've not mingle at the night, if it is in a crisis, when they squeeze you, when you're under pressure, is the same thing supposed to come out. I have realized, right, that since I've been pressured, there are some things that I realize that are not pure orange juice that come out. Some sour orange that come out. That means a sour orange, like then graph, you know, then three of them, then graph orange and sour orange. That seems like some of that happened to me. Because I see some sourness coming out, some belief that are not empowering, pouring. That's the right word. That is coming out. Why is that? Because I have allowed that to start, affect my belief system by the things that I'm watching, the things that I'm looking at. So I'm saying for you, for everyone that is here, that we are going to go to the next level in our income, but we cannot, even if we are there or we are going there, it will not stay there if we do not grow our personal life. If we do not change our belief system, we are not going to keep what is coming for us in PGI. The level of income, the level of growth. Right? I honestly feel a little bit maxed out. I've never led a team of over 600 persons. Never. Almost 700 now. Right? This is out of my depths. Because now I'm realizing that there are so many persons in my usually I'm used to an organization in network marketing where I know every one of my distributors them by name. But now I realize that for my business to go to the next level, I need to start create leaders. And then those leaders will know everybody. I can't know everybody in my organization. My organization is just going to be too big. But for leaders to follow me, they must feel as if that I have greater value to be added to them. I'm saying the same thing for everyone is here. You want to build your team. You want to take your team to the next level. But why is it that someone would want to follow you? Why is it someone would want to say, I want to join Tanisha's team? or Rodney team? Why is it? Or Richard team? They must believe that you can help them to achieve something that they can't achieve by themselves. Right? And it doesn't matter how big that person is, if you have the attitude of the lion, because as it said before, when the lion comes out and he sees the elephant, when he looks at the elephant, as big as the elephant, him say well, boy, I say who will have food? When the elephant looks at him say, well, you know what I'm saying? Eat up. I'm saying to us, for us to take our business to the next level, we have to take our leadership to the next level. We have to be, it doesn't mean if the person is a doctor or a big business person, the person must realize that you believe in yourself. And your attitude that you have is one that I can add value to you. You may be a doctor, you are specialized in that area, but I can add value in this area of your life. And that only comes when you are growing as an individual. When you are growing, when you are working on your mentality. How can I change some of this, what I am? As I said, for me, I am really working on, I tell myself, you know, guys, I love you all, and a lot of you has been, you know, you can just buzz me, and Ainsworth have the phone. Ainsworth I respond in minutes. I tell myself that I have to reduce that, because I've become now programmed to the phone. I'm checking my phone like once every 2 hours, or once every hour, not every minute, because I have become, I don't know for you, but I realize that I have become so attached to it. Worse, like I have nothing, I'm not presently on leave, and I can always have my phone. So I'm always have my phone. The only time that I don't sleep with my phone in my room anymore, because as I said, I do, when I wake up in the mornings, I don't do phone. Right? So that is something that I would encourage you to do. All right, so finally, tonight, as I talk about leadership, I'm going to share, I think I shared this, but I want us to take notes here. All right. I went to a training and I got this information early this year. This was like the 8th of January. And this individual, Alex Martin, he's a network marketing professional, multiple 8-figure earner in network marketing. And he shared this training, and he called it the 8 commandments of 8 figures. All right, 8 figures is you earning over $10 million per year. Now, I know that, you know, for many of us, including myself, I want to just, my goal is to even just hit 7 figures, which is $1 million in a year, which would be just out of this world. But then, as I'm saying, I'm looking that my income will not far exceed my personal development, my own leadership. And I'm saying to the things to every single one on this call, you have to grow your own self. And so those 8 commandments, number 1, thou shalt always control your thinking. Thou shalt always control your thinking, because it directs your life. Your thoughts, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Our thoughts is what is creating our results. I know that it might sound so simple, It might sound as if this can't be true, but we are the one that are directing our life, and it's because of what we are thinking. We must control our thoughts. Number 2, thou shalt work on thy self-image. And what does that mean to work on your self-image? Is not just putting on some nice clothes on the outside. Your self-image, as I was, because everything is related to what I just said before. The image of the lion is that he's king. He walks that way, not because of the clothes that the external. He walks and behaves that way because of the internal, how he believes about himself. Right? You have to see yourself doing great things. You have to believe that you are able to do those great things. So that is self-image. Your self-image is not your looks, your outer. Yes, that will be also improved. But it is what is the true belief of you as an individual. And that comes by you working. Step number 3, or commandment number 3, thou shalt work on my belief system. And as I said before, your belief system is made upon what you see, hear, and experience. What is it that you are looking at day after day? Is it that you're looking at what you want to become, or you're looking at what you do not want to become? I heard a race car driver once asked him, what is the first thing that he would tell anyone that wants to race a race car? He said the first thing is, do not look into the walls. Because if you look into the walls, that's where you're going. He said where your focus go, that's where you're going. All right? So that is very important. Step number 4, thou shalt be disciplined in thy daily method of operation. Now, what is your daily method of operation in terms of business? A lot of us don't have a daily method of operation. We do not say, well, I am going to prospect 5 persons every day. I am going to work on my mindset. I am going to follow up with my leaders or call my downlines. There's no, we have no plan on how we are going to make each day better than the day before. So we have to create a daily method of operation. Right? Person said that their DMO, your daily method of operation. Thou shalt be disciplined in it. In the next training, we'll talk about how to develop your daily method of operation and how to execute it. Thou shalt be diligently work on the skills to become, and I wrote here, to become a president. Right? So I have to work on the skills. What are the skills that it takes to become a president, one of the presidents in PGI? It takes that person have to have communication skills. They have to have leadership skills. They have to have the network marketing skills. So I have to diligently work on those skills. Command number 6. Thou shalt write, listen, read. So thou shalt read, listen, and write every day. Now, I want to tell everyone that is on this call. Leaders are readers. I hear that all the time, and I realize that when I spend the time to read and I spend the time to educate myself, I am going up. I see myself going up. Things start happening that I'm in new. When I get into space of persons who are, more educated than me or have more knowledge in a particular area, I'm able to not to feel left out because I am reading this. Look at the information, look at here, and I'm becoming someone that can stand in any crowd and present myself properly. Thou shalt read. something that I know that I need to do even more of. At least 15 minutes a day, something concerning network marketing or personal development or leadership. If you are going to go to the next level, listen. What is it that we are listening to? Are we only listening to gospel music, soul music, dancehall music? How much of us are listening to personal development? How much are listening to audiobooks? Because some of us don't like to read, then audiobooks is a great way for us to get those type of information. Thou shalt write. Now, Jim Rohn, one of the greatest, network, always tell to journal, write down. Someone says that when you start to write down, you get what is out of your head on a paper, you're able to think clearer. And I'm encouraging every one of us to start writing down and journaling. If you want to take your leadership and your life to the next level, writing down is the only things with me is that I'm kind of inconsistent. Whilst I'm having the amount of books that I have, if we gather all of them, we can write one book. I've been journaling, even though sometimes it's inconsistent, but I write, right? And I'm encouraging you to do these three things: read, listen, and write every day. Something that is going to teach you something and let you take action. You're going to read, listen, and write. Listen to something that is going to teach you something and let you take action every day. All right? Commandment number 7, thou shalt become a magnet to attract. Become magnet in attracting great leaders. How do you become a magnet that attract persons, leaders? You have to become a person who has developed your skills, you are working on your self-image, and you become a person of increase. A person of increase is a person who is growing and have other persons growing along with them. So you have to become a person of increase. And commandment number 8 is thou shalt decide who I am, where I'm going, and that I am going to be a professional. You shall decide who I am, where am I going, and you're going to decide to become a network marketing professional. All right, so guys, I want to thank you. I do hope that you have learned something from what we have just shared. And it's a members meeting, so I'm going to go through everyone that is on the call and just ask, as I call your name, you could tell me one thing that you have gotten tonight from tonight's meeting. And I'm going to start with my co-host, my nightly co-host, my wife, Arlette. All right, so tell me, what have you learned tonight? One thing. All right. She's going to come next. She's in the same room that I am in, so she has to go to our next room. So to my other co-host, Miss Tanisha Smith.
Yes, coach.
All right. Sure. Something that you learned tonight. That's one thing, because
All right. To empower others, coach. When I am around you or when I listen to you, I am always empowered, and I want to be like you. There are many ways that I like about you, and I see some of those ways coming out of me. And so as a leader, I am also trying to empower my downline. So I'm always trying to empower, coach.
all right. Awesome.
Yes.
All right. before I go to my co-host again, Arlette, my wife, I'm going to go to see if Mr. Rodney Brown. All right, are you there, Randy? Rodney, are you there? All right,
Garfield said his audio is not working.
hey, I realized that for Garfield. All right, so all right, go ahead, Arlette, and
Yeah, I'm
tell me
doing.
what.
Can you hear me?
Oh, all right, yes. Good to have you, Rodney. So tell me one thing that you have, learned or, you know.
Well, I'm a person that always been thinking positive, especially when it comes to making my money. You understand? I am also aware that now making money is not just to have money, but it's also to know how to govern or how to utilize your money for to let it be more money for you, so to speak. So um, tonight when you spoke about the lion and how the lion thinks, it take me back to something that I read some time ago, and it was of the same thing where your mindset really um, detect or make you who you are rather. So I was empowered by you saying that tonight, and that's what I would have take away from the message tonight, among other things. But that would be the most outstanding thing tonight. That think and act. You'll be thinking who you are. That's what I would have to say tonight.
All right, awesome, awesome. That's perfect. All right, thank you, Mr. Brown. All right, so going back to my co-host. All right, are you there?
I'm here. Good evening, everyone. What I took away from tonight's training, um, about the lion, an army of sheep led by a lion can easily defeat an army of lion led by a sheep. A lion, very powerful. So that is what I took away from tonight. I want to be a lion.
All right, thank you very much, On. All right, it's all about our attitude as leaders. When we become that lion, that leader, that other persons, we can really, lead other persons to a new level. All right, thank you. All right, so I'm going to Jessica. Are you there, Jessica? Jessica, are you able to unmute and share what you have, taken away from tonight's presentation? All right, so, all right, I'm going to go to Mr. Bailey. Are you there, Mr. Bailey?
Mr. Bailey, audio is not working.
Okay, so the audio is not working also. Okay. All right. No, it's not Garfield Bailey. I thought I'm speaking Garfield. I'm talking Enos Bailey.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let me see who's here. All right, Miss
Coach
Francis.
Garfield said, sorry, Coach Garfield Davis said, what I got out of this is leader lead from, I think he's saying from the front.
Yes,
Leader
the
lead
front.
from the front.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Garfield. All right, so I'm going to go to Miss Francis, Mrs. Francis.
Hey, good night, everyone.
Good night.
What I took away from this training is that whatever we think we are is what we become. And I also learned that, or took away from the training, that I am a lion. I want to be a lion. It's my attitude that's gonna make the difference. No, a lion is not, he's not a leader because he's the biggest. He's not the smartest. He's not the best in the jungle, but it's the attitude that makes the difference. And I want to be a lion in terms of my attitude. And what I put in is what I'm gonna get out.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. It's I'm hoping I'm butchering this name is Vernell. Are you there to share what you have learned, Miss even Mr. Miss Vernell? All right. So let me just go finally since you're not there to Miss Karen Dale.
Yes, I'm right here. All right. So what I took away from the meeting, I was going to say that the lion is not the the longest, the largest, the heaviest, or the smartest. So even though I may have my weaknesses, when I look at who I am, I may not have everything that a leader that I am looking at have right now. But what I have is the attitude to say that I can achieve that, I can become a great leader, you know, even though right now I am not the smartest, you know, right now I don't have the, maybe I don't presently have the physical or the financial support and resources, but with a made up mind and with a belief system, you know, that is strong, I can really achieve anything. I can be the greatest leader, leading persons who are stronger than myself, larger and heavier and smarter than myself. I can be that leader. I can, doesn't even have to be the oldest. I could be the youngest one. You could be the youngest one. You could be the last person recently or today to be signed on to PGI, but with an attitude of a leader, of a king, of a, you know, as the lion has, then you can surpass all obstacles and become one of the greatest leaders there is. So that's what I took away tonight. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. You know, I know that this is not our traditional, you know, meet where we present the business, but I realize that, you know, oh, I see Mr. Bailey has unmuted. So are you there, Mr. Bailey or Miss Bailey, to share what you have learned tonight?
I'm here. There's
Yes.
a vital piece of we call it teaching to me, or we call it educate. So simply, simply, I learned that I need to put my feet in 100.
You're breaking up, Mr. Bailey.
I learned that I need to put my shoulder to the wheel 100% more because of mentally aligned in the leadership is that the effort and find the time, you know. and focus, deal with day-to-day things, you know. So I learned that I need to put my shoulder to the wheel at 100%. Give it the next one, you know. So, you know.
Okay, all right. As I said, put your shoulder to it. You have to become the person to lead. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bailey. All right. So I just want to take the time out, as I said, to thank everyone that came out tonight. You know, I want this to be, every time I start with one, I get so excited with the business presentation. But I realize that, you know, we really need to grow, you know. We need to really grow our mindset. If I can really empower persons to really grow, what I loved about when I started network marketing was the personal development. In that I started to think differently. I started to believe that I can do all things. You know, I can do all things through Christ. Even though I used to say it, in the scriptures, it became real to me when I started to really work on my mindset. And I'm saying to us, you know, that's what is very powerful. When you start to be able to dream again, to believe again, not when your mind is expanded, it will never go back to the same size. It will never, right? And that's why you find out that a person who has become wealthy, that as long as they really work their way to that new level, because that's what stretched them, they can't come back. It's not like it's like somebody who, you know, if you notice a person who exercised and do all the fitness and, you know, to lose weight, to have six-pack abs, that even if they got sick and could not exercise and lose the weight, and, you know, without much effort, they are able to go back to the place of looking well trimmed. A person who is fat and just got sick and lose the weight, before long you see them back with the weight, because they did not go through that carving out and becoming that. So when we stretch our minds by who we become and who we think and all the actions that we take, we will never go back to becoming small-minded. It will take a time if we do go back, but it's easier to go forward because we have carved out. And so I'm encouraging every one of us, and I'm thanking every one of us to take the time out to be here tonight. And I'm looking forward to see our growth continue. We'll be back here tomorrow with our business presentation. And as the week goes by, we'll continue. We want to have at least one, you know, training per week. It might not always be in the fashion of personal development, but it might be something where we talk about the back office or some relating to how to, you know, navigate the blockchain and all of these things. But we want to start having training on a weekly basis. And I want to thank everyone for coming out again. And we will be back here tomorrow night with a business presentation. So it's bye for us from me. And thank you all for coming out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.